Bitcoin is on an absolute tear and driving a lot of the other crypto coins with it. So I thought, what better way than to incorporate Bitcoin into my regular crypto updates. So today we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin's chart, performing some technical analysis and making some predictions on where we can expect to see Bitcoin go in the near future. Let's get into it. Welcome into the Bitcoin chart, guys. If you'd like to buy Bitcoin or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. But as you can see, over the past few days, Bitcoin has gone on an absolute tear. We're currently sitting at a value of 46,958 US dollars per Bitcoin. We hit a high so far of today of 47,765, and we are creeping ever closer to our 200-day moving average, sitting just over 48,000 up here. So looking very, very good. And the main driver for this absolutely huge run that we are starting to see at the moment is basically Terra, Luna. We are seeing Do Kwon, one of the co-founders of Terra, backing Luna with Bitcoin, and he has now said he is purchasing $3 billion worth of Bitcoin to back the Terra ecosystem. So we're backing UST, which is their US dollar token, with Bitcoin, which is absolutely crazy, and that alone has really started to drive this price increase, in particular over the past few days. So let's do a bit of analysis and try and work out exactly what we can expect to see. Well, as I mentioned, we're moving up to the 200-day moving average. That is going to act as a major point of resistance for us first and foremost, but we have seen the 20-day cross above the 50-day moving average, which is a positive. That's only just occurred within the past 48 hours. So it's showing a change in trend, although we did have a bit of a choppy period here where it was crossing over each other on multiple occasions. I think this is the one where it's going to go actually up this time. Now, firstly, let's have a look at our horizontal points of resistance and support. Right here, as you can see, is a major point of resistance, and that was basically around this $45,000 mark. You can see all these little sprigs where we're trying to pop above this point, but we just simply haven't been able to, right up until yesterday, 27th of March, where we managed to shoot up and close above this key point of resistance. Now, we already knew that, of course, our downtrend that we saw all the way over here had been broken, and you can see that had been broken ages ago on the 4th of February, but we were in a consolidation pattern for a few months over here, and now we have finally broken out of that consolidation pattern. This is now acting as a major platform for us to springboard upwards and start the next run, and it's looking like right now that this could be a potential new bull run for us. So looking really good. Now, can we put in place a bit of a short-term trend now that we've got this, I suppose, point of support in place? Let's see, what can we do? Well, I'd suggest right now the trend is probably looking something a bit like this. We've got a few touch points along the way, and it's looking like we're forming a bit of a channel. This channel in itself appears to have actually broken out. So we had this nice little uptrending channel here, broke through the top of it, and it looks like, I think we're going to see a bit of a retest of that channel within, I suppose, the next few hours, unless, you know what, let's just move that up a bit. We may have already bounced off the top end there, potentially. That still, I suppose, does remain to be seen, but it's looking maybe like this is our channel. We're moving up, we're trying to even break out of that point. Things are going really well. Interestingly enough, our volume isn't crazy. We've seen massive volume days in the past, as you can see over here, but on this climb and this breakout, the volume has not been to the same level that we have seen previously. And you go back onto, you know, these previous runs over here where we've seen insane amounts of volume. We are not seeing that at the moment. So to me, this suggests we are at the very start of this potential bull run that is forming. So all in all, that is very exciting. Now, Resistance points. Yes, we've got the 200-day moving average, but horizontally, where do we have a point of resistance? Well, let's zoom out. A bit of context is always very, very helpful when trying to put these points in place. And I think right about here in the 48,000s, we probably do have that point. Once again, you can see the sheer amount of price action that has occurred across that sort of region. And I expect we're going to see quite a bit of resistance in order to get through that. So resistance, I'm actually putting right smack bang on $48,000 per Bitcoin. So I think that is really where we're going to see a test occur in the next 24 hours or so. See if we break it, see if we don't. Regardless, I think we are now on the move in, I suppose, the medium to long term, although we may see a bit of a short term rebound and a move downwards. And just to, I suppose, have a look at another indicator, the RSI is starting to reflect that same sort of a story, sitting at 69.10. So we're very, very close to being in the overbought region. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do tend to see a little bit of a pullback. And basically what I'm expecting to see, removing this channel out of the way, is a test, or we sort of have seen the test already, almost of that 48,000 point. So we're going to come up, test, come back off a bit before then breaking out of it. And the key here is not only breaking the horizontal point of resistance, but of course the 200-day moving average as well. Another indicator I would like to take a look at is of course the MACD. And the MACD is showing that we had a beautiful crossover of the 12-day EMA above the 26-day EMA at the very start of this run. That was really the signal for an upwards movement in general. Then what Do Kwon is doing with Terra's ecosystem and buying up all that Bitcoin is really starting to help build the momentum. I don't think we've seen the peak of it as of yet, purely due to the fact that, you know, we haven't seen a lighter colored green candle appear yet. So keep your eye on this. When we start to see a bit of a flatten out, then we might have a bit of a period of respite. Hopefully then we'll continue on another run. But I'm really expecting right now what we're going to see is a test again of that $48,000 mark. We're either going to break out, or I think what's more likely is the breaks are going to, I suppose, come on slightly, bounce off before then a retest and a breakout very shortly after. Now I've noticed in a few other of my analysis videos, my predictions are a bit either too quick or far too long. So you know what I'm going to do? Given the momentum right now, I'm going to say a quick test and a quick breakout. I'm expecting that within the next week or so, so keep your eyes peeled. That wraps up today's analysis on Bitcoin, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below, and more specifically, where do you think Bitcoin is going to go on this run? Let me know down below. Of course, if you did enjoy today's video, please leave a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.